Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Raid Shadow Legends dad, Nooch Too Good, and I'm here today to give you a little beginner's exposure, beginner ideas, beginner's guide to farming artifacts and how they work. And we call it artifacts or gear, as it's known in the game. Our offense, our helmets, our shields, our chest plates, etc., etc. How do we farm these? What are we looking for? What do we do with them? What's going on with the gear at the beginning of the game for beginners? And I thought I'd just start with a couple of basics for you guys, starting with where do we farm gear? And I want to make a note before you move any further. If you pull up like an end game person, they're going to tell you to farm gear right here in this market. You'll notice that like even 2-star gear, this crappy piece of 2-star gear that has no speed secondaries, cost me 54,000 silver. And I'm going to tell you, boys and girls, silver is a rare it is a rare commodity for you and me as beginners in Raid Shadow Legends. And we'll talk a little bit about how gear can actually help you move your way in a positive direction for silver rather than spending it for pieces of crap gear like this. I think when you get to the end game or much farther in the game, this will be a good or better place to buy gear. But right now, don't buy any gear in here. This is not worth it. None of it's worth it ever. And before we move into where I really show you how to find gear, I want to share with you, guys, if you have yet to download Raid Shadow Legends and play with me and my brood and my community here, download today using the QR code over there, to the left, right, whatever it is. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the pinned messages. It is all over the place. Come in, play Raid Shadow Legends with me and my ilk today. Use the promo code DEMONSLAYER. I think it's the best promo code out there. You're gonna get Tholin Foulbeard. He is dominating everything for me. I love Tholin Foulbeard. Now, on to gear. So if you're not buying it in the market, where are you getting that gear? Now, when you are looking for gear in Raid Shadow Legends, the question is, where are you going to find it? What's the best place to do it? Now, the first place we really think of is the campaign. I'm going to say this up front, and I'll tell you, the campaign is not a great place to farm gear for the sake of getting gear or art. I keep saying gear, but artifacts. You're going to be unlocking a lot of artifacts here. When you take a look, I'm going to be getting 3 to 5-star shields here, 3, 4, and 5-star. The problem with a lot or most of the artifacts you farm here is they're going to be mostly at their base level, which means you don't know if they're going to have any speed secondaries, and that's the number one thing you're looking for on your gear is speed secondaries. I'll get to that in a moment. So when you're farming the gear here, it's just not going to leave a lot of room for upgrade. You're not going to find the best gear here to work on your roster, and it's just going to be an imperfect place to farm gear, even though you're going to get a lot of it. So what do you do with that gear? When you play through these stages and you get those shields, you get whatever else you're getting in your not in your tavern, in your champions, that's where you're going to be selling this gear. Let me see if I might have sold it all here. Hold on a second. 1, 2, there we go. I got some of it. There we go. Right there. You can see I've loaded up on a bunch of this 3-star shields from that node I was just showing you. This is going to turn into silver for us. So if I go to sell and I select all, by the way, I sorted over here by rank and rarity 1, 2, and 3 stars just to find the lower level stuff. If I sell all of that, now I might want to look and see and make sure there's no speed. Now look at that one. First one I picked. There is a speed secondary. It's right here. Speed 3. I probably want to keep that. I probably want to keep that one and not sell it. This one has HP, hit points, health points, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that. I'm going to go ahead and sell the rest of these. You want to be on the lookouts for speed secondaries on all this gear. Right there. Except for the boots where it's speed primaries. This is the number one thing you want in the game. Down the road, a lot more stats are going to matter as well, but right now you want to be as fast as possible on your characters and get the right artifact sets on them to help them perform as you need them to perform in the game. But if you'll note, right now I'm going to keep that one. I'm not going to highlight that. I'm also going to keep these 2 boots. Now look at these boots here. Speed primary and speed primary. You want to keep any boots that have speed primaries. That's the only piece of artifact or gear, whatever you call it, that's going to have a speed primary. You want that. That's the primary place to get speed for you early in the game. So I'm going to keep these as well. I'm going to go ahead and sell the rest of it for 92,000 silver. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be accumulating a lot of this gear over time, and you're better off selling it for silver rather than spending silver on this crappy gear. See, no speed secondaries here. On this crappy gear, no speed secondary here. 1-star gear. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is a 1-star at the gray. This gray is base level. I don't know what you would call it. What do we call that here? Hold on. Let's go out to here. Let's filter. Rank and rarity. There we go. We get the green and the gray, right? Green and gray are the first 2 levels, and you'll notice with the gray gear, can I move this up? I can't really move it up. But with the gray gear, there's no secondaries. You don't start with any secondaries. So anything you roll is you taking a chance at maybe getting a speed, and every time you roll on this, it costs you silver. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Here's a green one. You can see that the second, I don't know a better way to do this. Can I go over to the right? I don't know if this is going to look good or not. Okay, we fixed that. That'll make it clear. So you can see over there, it's a defense shield, which are all going to be defense, and it's got resistance to 10, which means your ability to resist debuffs in there. Here is a set of speed weapon. It's got attack and health points. So you're looking for the speed secondaries, which I'm not seeing much of here. But if I go up to the gear I've got equipped, you can see right here, speed. I've upgraded it twice. It's at 13 now on this, and +1 for an extra glyph. So you want to find those speed secondaries. So with all of that said, in the early game farming, where's the best place to find gear? You're going to get some of it through dailies. You're going to get some of it through your missions. You're going to get some of it in a lot of these places. Missions, I look at challenges, and challenges is actually a place where you can get a lot of benefit for putting gear on characters for your artifacts and your characters as well. See if I can equip a HP type champion with a 5 or 6 star regeneration set. I'm going to get a bunch of energy for that. So this is a good place to look to kind of, you can learn about your artifacts this way as well. Let's go back over to where we were before. But the best place to get gear in the early game, the artifacts here, and probably even in the late game, is going to be in the Ice Golem's Peak. You can see we can get life, offense, defense, crit rate, resistance, retaliation. These, and you can get 4 to 5 stars, 4 to 6 stars. This developed pretty quickly for me. I'm 3 weeks into this free-to-play account. I'm already getting 4 to 6 star. You can't choose exactly what you're going to get, but this is the best place to get that good-sized gear outside of events and tournaments and just rewards you get in the game in general. You also find it in the Dragon's Lair. So Ice Golem's Peak and Dragon's Lair. I like the Dragon's Lair because I want to find as much, these speed sets are going to help you get more speed. We'll take a look at that in a second. So where do you get the gear? Going to kind of focus on Ice Golem Peak, Dragon's Lair, Fire Knight's Castle is even more gear. So all the gear is over here. When you see that box here, there's gear in those nodes. That's a great place to farm gear when you're lacking early in the game. You do also want to make sure that you're doing these, doing your Demon Lords and your Hydra, your Chimeras, your Hydras, etc. Because the rewards in here, if you look at the drop info, these are gear. This is gear. These are artifact in here as well that can really help you out in the game. So make sure you're doing your raids on your Demon Lord as well. That's going to get you a lot of that gear. Now let's talk a little bit about, and this will probably be the last piece we talk about, challenges. Speed. Yeah, I think it's the last piece we're going to talk about is how to upgrade your gear, what you're looking for. As I showed you here, I've got speed as a secondary stat here on my weapon. I've got a lifesteal set on my Tholin Foulbeard. Now, what does that mean? Let's look up the lifesteal here. So we can sort these three arrows, open up everything. 1 arrow opens up just what you're looking at right now. Let's find the lifesteal. So what lifesteal does, it takes 4 pieces, by the way, and I've got 4. I got a sword, I got a shield, I got a gauntlet, and I got a chest plate that are all lifesteal, and those are all helping me when I attack. I heal by 30% of the damage I deal, and my Tholin is dealing a lot of damage, and it enables him to go in and kill nodes by himself while I'm leveling up other champions behind him. You got to do a lot of that. There's a lot of leveling up. So I need Tholin to be just the one guy doing all the damage and taking care of everything. And if he is healing himself with this lifesteal in those campaign nodes, then that makes me much better off for being able to put a bunch of level 1 champions in with him that I can level them up as I go. So lifesteal with him or lifesteal with Kale is a really great way to start off the game with these champions to make them work the best. And I've got offense on them first. See, offense level 16, speed 35. The highest level is level 16. Let's do something here. Let's filter. We're gonna go to rank and rarity. I'm gonna go 4, 5, and 6. 4 star, 5 star, 6 star. And I'm gonna go to my substat of speed. Okay? Let's go over to the other side of the screen here. I'm gonna go to my, so I got rank and rare, I'm filtering, so that's the first step. I click on a piece of gear, I filter. I'm gonna find only the pieces of gear that have speed secondaries for me, okay? So I go to rank and rarity, 4, 5, and 6, the 1s, 2s, and 3s. You'll use some of them at the beginning. You kind of want to get rid of them as the game goes on. Priority stats I'm not going to look at. I'm looking at a speed subset. I could also look at a speed primary stat that's only going to be boots, and those won't, so that's only boots. See, boots, 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 boots. If I go to get rid of that, I do substat of speed. That pulls up all of my 4, 5, and 6-star gear that has speed secondaries. Look at this. I've upgraded a lot of these. I can start using them in places to upgrade my roster. Now, what I want to show you is, where are we at? Let's get a base here. These are epic pieces of gear. Here's an epic gauntlet in a shield set that provides a 30% HP ally shield for 3 turns. But I need 4 of these to make it work, and I don't have 4 of them with speed secondaries. I'm not going to be using this for a while. But you'll notice that my epic piece of gear, it starts with 3 secondaries, right? So that's better. If I go to a rare piece of gear, the blue, I've already upgraded that. Here, rare piece of gear, the blue, starts with 2 secondaries. And if I go to a green, do I have any green down here? I don't have any green. Oh, there we go. There's one. My green starts with 1 secondary, which happens to be speed on this cruel set. I actually could use this. This could be nice on somebody as a 2-piece set. That could be a nice little extra offense set for me as well. What I was mentioning earlier is, if I just do this, and let's reset the filter, okay? We're gonna click off it, click on it. And I'm going to go to, here we go. Here is a sword, a weapon, whatever you call it. It is a 5-star weapon, but this is a common weapon, and there's no secondaries. So when I upgrade this, which I can upgrade here. You want to go to 4, 8, 12, or 16. When you start going to 12, and especially when you go to 16, you can spend $1 million or more silver to go from 12 to 16. So be careful and be stingy and only do it when you need to. But the reason why I'm focusing on the pieces of gear that already have speed secondaries is because on this common one, I can upgrade to level 8. Let's see what it adds for me. I got health points, or health percentage in this case, and accuracy. 2 great stats in the game. That's nice, but I did not get any speed secondaries, and that's not going to help me down the road. This is a piece of gear that I'm just going to want to sell. If there's no speed secondary for you, now I'm sure there'll be times down the road for all of us as we push forward in the game and get to the mid game and late game of Raid Shadow Legends that we're going to want to do that gear, you know, and keep some of that gear. But I think generally speaking, talking to end game players, the common gear is just going to get booted unless it's a boot with a speed primary. Look at that bad boy right there. This boot with attack primary? Nah, let's just sell it. Thank you. Sell it out of the gate. So just to be aware of those things for you. Now, another note, you remember I showed you this weapon for me, my lifesteal weapon. When I upgraded it up to level 16, I hit speed twice. I think I hit that at actually level 12. So I upgraded my speed from like 4 up to 13. So it upgraded 2 more times. The more times you could do that on your roster, the better. I've got 1 speed upgrade here. See, this is at level 12, this one. I've got 1 speed upgrade here on this. I was looking the other way, wasn't I? Sorry about that. Get myself mixed up. This is not a great piece for me. It's 4 stars, it's got a speed secondary, but look at the difference here. 13 speed, actually 14 with my glyphs versus 3 speed there. So you want to get your speed upgrades as much as possible. It's difficult early in the game and it's challenging. And I'll tell you something else I've done here early on is I've added gear to some of my characters I'm not going to be using. See all this at gear 12? I did this solely to accomplish, and maybe I'm crazy, but these challenges are giving me, these artifact challenges, they're giving me energy when I do this stuff. So that one was like 3 2-piece sets at level 12. So I did it and I got a bunch of energy to do it. So there you go for that. The last piece I want to note here when we look at our gear is let's take a look at this helmet here. Okay, I've got 2 speed rolls at 7 here. I got some attack, and accuracy. Let's go to upgrade here. If you click on enchant, that's where all these pieces come in, where you can add speed. I'm only going to use a 1-star speed. I want to save that 2 speed for a different, this isn't that great of a piece of gear. I could add some more speed, but I want to save that for a different piece. 2 isn't going to be great down the road for me, but it's helping me right now. For attack, let's go ahead and use the 2 because I've got a 3 and another 2 in there. That's helping my attack. For my attack percentage, which is even better, And for Tholin, I want as much attack as possible. Let's go ahead and hit it hard. And my accuracy, he does land some debuffs on his basics, so we'll put that out there too. You're gonna use your glyphs to upgrade. You can also ascend your pieces of gear. Only rank 4 to 6 can be ascended. You can ascend them with these materials, which you get from the Sun Devil. We'll go look in a second. I'm not going to ascend this piece. It gives you another primary up here, and maybe there's stuff down the road that does even more. So that's the basics for gear, guys. Where you can get them, which is primarily in the primary place to get good gear is in Ice Golem, Dragon's Lair, and Fire Knight's Castle. Sand Devil's where you get those. You get those lesser oil, greater oil to do those upgrades. Over here in the campaigns, when you get the gear over here, you're going to sell most of it for silver, which is going to be a good thing for you as well. And then when we go to our gear, we're looking for speed primaries on boots, speed secondaries on everything else. I went to the wrong place again. When we do our upgrades, you can also upgrade with glyphs to add more speed. We'll add more speed to this one. That's a pretty good one. Thank you very much. That didn't really do anything, did it? Did I? I might have learned something there. My bad, but whatever. I did it. It's done. You can also ascend them. We can go ahead and ascend this. Watch this defense. The defense is going to go from 33 to 44. Now, that's not the best thing to do here. I probably want to find like a defense one. And let's ascend that so I can add... I don't get defense anymore. I have defense and I have attacks. Now I'm increasing my attack on the character that I want to... I want to increase Tholin's attack. That's what he does best. So... that's what you do there. I don't recommend yet at this level early in the game as a beginner to do these reworks. I'm not really doing it. You don't get a lot of these Chaos Ores anyway. I'm saving those up for later down the road when I want to rework some of my gear. And there you have it, Beginner's Guide to Gear. I know I went through that pretty quickly. Hopefully it helped you guys out. Let me know if there's anything I'm missing. There's a lot more to the gear I didn't cover here. I tried to keep it as simple as possible for Beginner's Guide. Hope it helps you out, everybody. Let me know. Have a great day. And make sure, of course, to download Raid Shadow Legends. Where'd it go? It's not in this window. Let me go back up to here. Download Raid Shadow Legends today. Use the code DEMONSLAYER to get Tholin Foulbeard. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.